All right, so let's talk about some topics here. Let's get real a little bit more. I want to emphasize a few things because quite a few folks have come here and they've been disappointed because things don't look like what they thought. And I want to bring some serious clarity into what you can expect. I've said this multiple times in many videos. A lot of the scenery here that you have is a lot of old and mixed with some new. And so people tend to get here and they're like, well, I didn't think it was going to look like this. And in their opinion, in their mind, it looks bad. Now, what you're seeing through this lens really is what it looked like. Some places are much cleaner than others. And as I mentioned before, this is not old and look bad. It's just different. A lot of this stuff here, particularly in Merida, is more of a lot of the buildings here of historical in context. A lot of the buildings you can't tear down and just do any kind of way due to the historical degradations on many of these properties. So you're gonna see a lot of old buildings, and a lot of folks will tend to think that it's old and dilapidated, and that's not really the case. What we're looking at now is typically what a traditional neighborhood looked like. So a lot of people come and they don't see a lot of the fancy modern stuff, and they're disappointed, and they're like, I'm not going to be living in that. I mean, something like this, you get behind that door, it's completely different. And I've said this many times, just because it's different doesn't mean it's bad. This place, regardless of what the appearance look like, is super safe. And it's going to take a little getting used to in terms of comparing the way things are back home in the States or in Canada or whatever country you come from. It's different. My children are like, they have grown to love this place, and they're like, I don't know if that I can live back in the United States, because after a while, once you get used to seeing, I'm just turning down these different streets because I want you to see what a regular area looks like. Some places you're gonna see trash on the ground. Other places you're gonna see is very clean. Okay, those are offices. I thought maybe they've been apartments. Some places you're gonna see clean. Look at this. Now, a lot of these apartments and homes, today is like trash pickup day. So you're gonna see a lot more trash on the sidewalks. And it's not because people threw trash to leave it there, but they pick the trash up on side of the curb. Now, some areas just have more trash in general in the area that people just discard and throw on the side of the road because that's what they do. But that's anywhere. Hola, buenas tardes. So, yeah, this is a good street to walk down because what you looking at in this lens is what it looks like. Don't deceive yourself into thinking that you're coming to glitz and glam from what you deem as glitz and glam. Because for me now, this is the new glitz and glam. I love it. I'm trying to see if that's an apartment because I'm looking for apartments, short-term rentals to list on my new platform for our members there. So I'm always out. I'm trying to find new stuff for them to post to make life easier. When people come to visit, they can find short-term rentals. But now, is that super pretty what you're looking at over there? No. But this is a typical neighborhood. Now, is this super pretty? No. But I'm used to this now. This is my new norm. This is a normal thing for me. And I ain't gonna lie, I absolutely love it. The buildings don't look all that fancy. Some of you might ask, well, the buildings look like they need a paint job. I've shared this before. Due to the elements, we're close to the beach, 30 minutes away. So we have a lot of salt water in the air. Combine that with all the heat and its humidity, like some of the black stuff you see on the side of the roof there. It's not mold, it's just the elements giving a beat down on some of these exterior properties. Like, look at this. It's the elements doing this. It's not that the folk can't paint, but this is a look that is very normal. See all that stuff on the side of the roof? This is what it is. And once you understand that for what it is, then you start to understand, okay, it's not that people don't want a nice place or nothing like that. You can't beat the weather. You just can't beat it. This is a beautiful city with beautiful people. I promise you, get rid of the preconceived notions that you have. They're not going to serve you well. You just going to have to get used to a new kind of normal. And it's not bad. You hear these folks talking about how much they love Merida. Because I'm going to tell you something. You see these, when the new folks arrive for the first time to visit, and they're like, this place is ugly. This place it's not what I thought. But then you have all these other folks, thousands of people, talking about how much they love this place and how they'll never leave and live anywhere else. You have to ask yourself, because in your mind, you're like, what these folk crazy? What are they seeing? Time is allowing them to see the bigger picture. Because, believe it or not, there's still opportunities to find homes for $300 a month. 2 and 3 bedroom homes for $300 a month. And when you paying only $300 a month and your quality of life goes up because you don't have all your money tied up in rent and mortgages and all of that, and you can afford to go out to eat, go to the movies, go out and have fun, go to the cenotes and swim and do all kinds of stuff, and now you finally have a life. You can enjoy your family time, don't have to work as many hours. Now you have a life. You start to see what's important. You start to value the other stuff. You start to say, well, damn, if I have to exchange some of the stuff that I'm accustomed to actually live and have a life, spend time with my family, spend time with my children, actually get a chance to be a mom, actually get a chance to be a dad. Oh, shucks. Then a little bit of bad paint or paint peeling off the man, that becomes, you don't even think about that nonsense. Now there's a lot of new stuff. There's a lot of other stuff that you can do. Now you can find other neighborhoods that are more fancier. Absolutely. You won't pay nearly as much as you do in the States, but you just gotta trust me on this. Now only time will let you see this place for what it is. The first 30 days that you here, it's gonna be a trick of your mind, because your eyes is gonna tell you one thing and they're gonna tell your mind and brain another thing. You can't listen to that. You really cannot listen to that brain. You can't do it. You know what I'm saying? Just can't do it. So if we're gonna walk down another street here, that's a little more stuff. Now this is a fancy seafood restaurant. Look at this rustic look and feel. Now they have a couple of branches. I haven't eaten at this one, but other ones I eat at, I thoroughly enjoy the food. Check that out. This is beautiful. You can come in here and eat you a nice meal, $6-7, and you're straight. Place over there, Holistica. You can go there and buy crystals. And guess what? If you're into that kind of stuff, it's going to be a whole lot cheaper here. Incense, crystals, herbs, a little bit of everything. So, ask yourself, what is important to you? Now, we are in a colonia called Colonia, Mexico, I believe. Might have moved over to a different one. Time you cross a couple of streets, you somewhere different. Also in Mexico, you're gonna see walls like this everywhere. Walls wrapped around buildings. This is what they do here. This is what it is. This is normal. I don't, and again, does this look super pretty and fancy? No. But for people who live down there in like Miami and Florida, down there deep in the southern parts of Florida, this is a regular neighborhood. This is what it looked like. But you got to understand, these buildings made out of concrete. These buildings are made out of concrete. They stand after the hurricanes come through because we are near the coast. Hundreds of years later, the buildings are still standing. The wind ain't knocking them down like in the States. They having to rebuild Florida every other year. Wooden houses. When I was here during the hurricane a year and a half ago, that wind was blowing the house, didn't move. Ain't no roofs coming off your doggone house. So tell me how what we got is better. It really ain't when you think about it. These houses, some of these houses, they still standing. I'm amazed that when I go to the beach, them houses, them 300-400 years old, still standing on the beach after the hurricane after hurricane after hurricane that they've been through. All right, so Colonia, Mexico Oriente. Again, traditional neighborhood. This is what the neighborhood look like. Don't come here and get your feelings hurt because it don't look like what you thought. It's not pretty on the surface because you're used to what you're used to. I'm gonna walk down this street here. Or should I just keep walking down this street? I don't think there's nothing down there. I'm gonna keep walking. I'm gonna get on the other side. You got all kinds of stores, pastry shops, party shops for having parties. And they got everything. Hammock shops. The beauty is living in a place like this, everything is at your fingertip. You walk out your door and you got everything. In the States, you need a car. Like when my mom lived, if the girl wanted to go to the mall, they had to hop in the car. It's a 40-minute drive. They took Uber. It's about a $40 Uber ride. Here, it's a $3 ride, $2 ride. I'm gonna cross the street because I want y'all to see. I didn't know where I was over here. Rancho da Picanha. This is that Brazilian restaurant I be eating at. When you walk down the street and you come over here and get you some fresh fruits and be super affordable. Come on, man, where you gonna get this at? think I'm gonna go this way. Yeah, where you gonna eat at? I'm actually looking for a place in this area. I didn't realize this was Mexico Oriente. Thought it was Diaz Ordaz. Okay, I'm over there. All right, let me keep walking. So, and you can see how the neighborhood just kind of changed. If you want that fancy glitz and glam, you can be there. There are some neighborhoods, there are some areas where you can get that. You're gonna pay a little more money, but again, it's gonna be significantly cheaper than what you're spending in on the States. I'm making this video because I don't want your feelings to get hurt when you come here expecting this is what it's gonna look like. Do not deceive yourself into thinking that it's gonna be super pretty as things are in the States. This ain't the States. I want you to understand that. And I'm bringing this up because folks have been disappointed. But that disappointment is only temporary for those that stick around long enough to get a full understanding of what the culture is here and how it's different and why it's different. If you get here and you decide after the first week, oh, this ain't it, you gonna miss out. These many folk can't be all saying the same thing about how much they love this place. You're gonna miss out. Now, this don't look pleasant. I know it doesn't. But this is a typical neighborhood. And more likely it's very quiet at night. Very friendly neighbors, etc., etc. This is what you're gonna be coming into. I just want your reality to be a very real reality. In between these houses, there'll be businesses just like this here. It won't be unusual for somebody to be making food out their house across the street from you. If it's what it is, it's not unusual to have a hair beautician right next door. That is going to be the norm. You know what I mean? Let's see what's around this corner. Let me walk down through here. This is Mexico. While I'm letting this camera run, our new platform is up and running. We're still in beta. If you made a donation in the past, send me an email at support@Move Abroad and Thrive, and we'll get you set up. You'll have free access to it for life. While we're still in beta, if you haven't made a donation, I'd encourage you to do so now, because at some point very soon you're gonna have to pay to access our content. That'll be the only way to get it. I'm gonna be posting more on my own platform versus YouTube and Facebook. I can control my own stuff, and donation information is on the screen. I think I done got turned around. Let me walk. So donation information is on the screen. Email me if you already made the donation so I can send you. I'm just gonna walk down. Send you login details at support@moveabroadandthrive.com. This here's a private school. Look, the roads in many areas are not the greatest. You're gonna have bumps in the road, you're gonna have cracks in the road. Many of the roads gonna have these dirt roads. This is what it is. Look at that big pretty tree. This is it. So again, you're trying to get your expectations in shape so you know what's up when you show up. Was I supposed to go the other way? Let's walk down here. Okay, we're gonna walk down here because, again, this is what it looks like out here, y'all. Is that pretty? No. Typical? Yes. Look at these houses. They don't look all that great from the outside visually when you're trying to compare it to what you got home. Now I absolutely love this look, this rustic, authentic look and feel. And I've lived in 2 new, more modern homes, and I tell you, they ain't as efficient as some of these older homes. I'm not trying to get no new modern home now. My lease is up, so I'm looking. I won't be making that mistake anymore. In these older houses, you get bigger home for less. You're gonna get more for your money, and a more efficient home, energy efficient, and really just a whole lot more for your home. This is what a typical area gonna look like. So if you find some houses that is in an area like this, don't be disappointed. Don't get your drawers all up in a bunch. You know what I'm saying? Because this is a normal day. And I absolutely love it. I think I'm coming up on a park. Booyah. See what we talking about up here. Yeah, look at a little basketball court. All right. So we are now Prado Norte. There's the church right there. I've been out here before. All right, so that's all I wanted to share with y'all. Get on that platform, y'all, before it's too late and before you have to pay. Cause we're gonna be charging monthly fees for this thing, and this thing gonna grow. I have no doubt about it. So get on board while you can. Become a founding member. Ask questions, create your own groups and all of that stuff. So come on. MoveAbroadandThrive.com. I'm out.